Okay everyone, calm down, calm the fuck down. I know I may have triggered some of you because of the title. I'm a Sasuke fan myself. He's in my top 5 favorite characters and I would be depressed if he was written off the show. In fact, some of you have called me a Sasuke Uchiha dick rider due to one video I made in the past, which I admitted I didn't really articulate myself well in that video in explaining my point. But cutting to the chase, is Sasuke going to die in Boruto? Some people think it may be the case. Let's talk about it. So why do people think Sasuke Uchiha is more likely going to die in Boruto rather than Naruto Uzumaki? That's because in some people's point of view it makes more sense. Let me try to explain what it means. So I already established in one of my previous videos that the creators of Boruto, who are Kishimoto, Ikemoto and Okyokodachi, they really want Sasuke Uchiha to play the role of sensei to Boruto. They like the idea of having the role switched up between Naruto with Sarada and Boruto with Sasuke. That makes sense in my eyes too, because it will challenge them and keep things fresh in the anime. If you have seen the Boruto movie caught up to the anime and manga, you see Sasuke showing growth in his character and he doesn't have the curse of hatred anymore. I mean, plain and simple, when you think about it, Boruto has said out of his own mouth, Uncle Sasuke, which shows Boruto's utmost respect for him, which he lacks for some others. If we look at the Boruto movies and Naruto the Lost and the manga, it's quite obvious in which Boruto states himself to Sarada that he wants to be a ninja like her father Sasuke and he does not want to be like Naruto. He admires Sasuke for who he is and wants to be a ninja like him. Sasuke being the sensei for Boruto is a dynamic introduced by the creators because it's a change of direction that they want to show for Sasuke's character too, making him have a bit more development, maturity and being a father figure. Sasuke tries to understand Boruto and gives him life lessons in his teachings, such as learning to respect his father Naruto and his point of view in the movie. I mean, if you think about it, Boruto is much like Sasuke in terms of his personality and being a prodigy from a young age. Sasuke was a #1 person in his class and the most popular, which Boruto is too. They both seem to be overpowered whilst they were young. In fact, Boruto specifically asked for Sasuke to be his sensei and wanted to be acknowledged, so he had to learn the Rasengan and show that he is worthy of him. He teamed up with Sasuke in battle already against enemies to save the world, and Sasuke is shown encouraging Boruto to believe in himself in battle when he makes him perform his Rasengan in a crucial fight. Their bond has been shown to be quite strong. Sasuke Uchiha is also a very important figure to his daughter Sarada Uchiha. Sarada herself gained her Sharingan through the sheer thought and love of wanting to meet him again. Although I have explained before that Sarada wants to be like Naruto, Sasuke is still her father and they share a deep bond since she is an Uchiha and they have the same eyes, which Sasuke would be the only one that truly understands. For example, we can see this deeper connection through Sarada trying to learn more history about the Uchiha clan that she's from in the anime when she visits the library, or her questioning Sakura all the time about her clan and Sasuke Uchiha. People think Sasuke Uchiha is going to die because he can be the best choice out of the old generation of characters to sacrifice himself for the 2 new main characters to progress the story with their growth, atonement, lessons and more. Boruto is a child of prophecy according to Tonori and Momoshiki, and the hints that Sasuke might die have been piling up, which is why parts of the community believe it could happen. Let's break it down. There are 3 to 4 reasons why people believe this is the case. I will explain them all. So according to Momoshiki and the curse mark Boruto has, he is kinda living a self-fulfilling prophecy, which is a prediction that directly or indirectly causes itself to become true. Both Tonori and Momoshiki have insinuated the situation is dire for Boruto and that his future will be devastating. Tonori, after 8 years of his battle with Naruto, noticed a comet passing onto a constellation and recognized that a harvest will soon occur, meaning the Otsutsuki are coming soon to Earth, and that Boruto Uzumaki would play a vital role in the fateful events to come. This was shown in episode 8 of Boruto. In fact, Tonori also spoke to Boruto within a dream. He made Boruto aware of his special powers hidden in his right eye, warning him that he would one day shoulder the fate of the world with it, and that it would guide him to the light that would dispel the impending darkness. Tonari is confident that the shinobi world will be able to surpass the strength of the Otsutskis, and that Boruto would one day stand as a pinnacle of their legacy with limitless potential. Now let's talk about Momoshiki. This dude, before he makes his leave, states to Boruto that his blue eyes of his will one day take everything from him, and that the bearer of the curse mark and the one who defeats a god will cease to be an ordinary person. So all of this foreshadowing from the anime and manga makes a clear-cut case for fans to assume that Boruto in the future will be hit with a lot of grief and hardship due to the destiny he will have in his path through life. A piece of evidence which can adhere to this fact has been given to us already, and this is why Sasuke Uchiha dying makes sense in one way of writing Boruto's story. The clip we can see in the start of the anime with Boruto fighting Kawaki, we can see a 16-year-old Boruto with many marks on his body and a huge scar on his eye. His attire is much different too. Ikimoto, who designed Boruto for this fight, did state that some changes in design can occur in the future, but they showed what was definitely going to occur in Boruto's future with the scar and such. So information was released recently with Boruto's teen artwork, and the most noticeable thing is Boruto's sword and scar. Boruto is confirmed to have Sasuke Uchiha's sword in the design sheets. It literally says Sasuke's sword, and if you can remember in the animated scene, he seems to have Sasuke's cloak too. Boruto is also shown to have his curse marks all over his body, which means it must have developed as he grew older, as he has learnt to harness its power. In addition, the huge scar on his eye indicates a major decisive battle that must have caused this to happen, and in return he received a scar which will make him remember it for the rest of his life. Some people believe all these indicators point towards Sasuke Uchiha dying making sense, because if Sasuke died, this could mean Sasuke passed down his sword and cloak to Boruto, and he must have saved Boruto's life by sacrificing himself in a battle where Boruto received that scar. This coincides with the prophecy as well, as we mentioned earlier, which the Otsutsuki and Tonari are keep mentioning about Boruto's path, that he will lose everything and his life will be tragic. Furthermore, we all know Sasuke will be the one that trains Boruto, because the writers have admitted this themselves. Boruto's character has mentioned it multiple times that he wants to be like Sasuke, as well as the fact that Sasuke is the one that told Boruto that he will investigate what the marks on his body even means. He himself has experienced a curse mark too. Sasuke also has the Rinnegan to research and travel. This in turn means that once Sasuke finds out the information or learns what's going on, he will be able to train Boruto with his markings and a newfound power, which is why Boruto is able to use it efficiently against Kawaki in the snippet we saw when he was 16 years old. In one's point of view, what Jiraiya was to Naruto, the sensei Naruto seeked out, Sasuke will and is to Boruto. Boruto seeked out Sasuke, and we all know what happened to Jiraiya. So Sasuke, being the sensei and father type figure that dies for Boruto, will help propel his character into maturity, wisdom and growth, just like it did with his father. Are you guys still not convinced? It's feasible so far, but let's dive deeper. We have established so far that if Sasuke dies, it goes along with Boruto's prophecy, and it's one way of writing the journey towards Kawaki. The second reason people believe it's a good choice and may happen is because of Sarada Uchiha. Simply put, if Sasuke dies, Sarada will receive her Mangekyo Sharingan from the emotional turmoil, as well as her father's Rinnegan. Sasuke's resolve of wanting to help the future and the two children that will absolutely shape it will be a good cause for him to make the sacrifice. Furthermore, Sasuke may gift his Rinnegan to Sarada as a way of saying sorry for not being the father she always wanted, and leave her with a final present that will help her become Hokage and achieve her dream. This would potentially be one of the most heartbreaking scenes in the whole franchise. Another possibility is Sasuke using his Rin rebirth technique whilst not having much chakra, and great damage has been taking place on Konoha, and many ninjas have died, and such people like Sakura or Naruto and Kakashi have passed on, and Sasuke cannot bear the thought of losing his family once again, which he grew to love and connect with just like the past, and he ends up using this technique. Another assumption some people have is that Sasuke is not mentioned by Kawaki or Boruto during that exchange. However, Naruto is mentioned to be sent somewhere. Although I have covered this in a video previously, you can interpret this in one way, that Sasuke is dead, or he is mortally wounded, or Sasuke is stuck with Naruto in another dimension, since Naruto now has that science in it, as well as freaking aliens. On top of all of that, we have to remember that Sasuke Uchiha is also the type of guy that does not fear death. In his final battle with Naruto, he actually wanted Sakura to concentrate on healing Naruto instead of saving him so he can repent for what he has done and die. In fact, Sasuke seems to be quite the reckless type, even against Itachi Uchiha, Danzo and Killer Bee. He just goes all out and has experienced death already, so who's to say that he doesn't do it for a good cause this time? The man has one arm, for God's sake. Lastly, another reason why people seem to think Sasuke Uchiha may die is because of the writers behind the anime, manga and Kishimoto himself. They all have admitted in interviews regarding the anime that anyone is on the table to be killed off from the franchise, and they want freedom in their writing. They do not want Boruto to be bound to Naruto anime, and that it's okay in their point of view if a character that has always been around to die. But do they have the balls to pull this off? I doubt it, I really doubt it. But Kishimoto in his own words stated, having the character gain weight or trying to lose it would also add things that could be played with for Boruto. The point that Kishimoto was trying to make in this interview is that doing things like this and not feeling constrained by Naruto, Boruto can become even more interesting if people die off. However, Kishimoto added with a chuckle, it would be somewhat of a problem if a character was shot with a stray bullet or died in an explosion. So basically, the writers of Boruto are perfectly aware of the power scaling of certain characters, and they don't want stupid shit like Naruto dying by a bullet, but he again mentions that someone dying in Boruto can add elements to the show, and it can occur. Anyways, that was just an anime theory. Is Sasuke going to die? Who knows? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. I personally believe he is not going to die, and Konohamaru will be definitely the sacrifice of someone like Shino to add to the character death so desperately needed in this anime to reach the conclusion of the prophecy, and there are so many possibilities, to be honest. I think Sasuke Uchiha's character and powers is way too important for the anime and fanbase. He can travel dimensions and knows the most about the Otsutskis and the incoming danger around the city, and it will also tank the anime if he gets killed off. Konohamaru dying on the other hand is a safer choice and provides the same decent amount of impact and the same implications that Boruto characters need. Make sure to smash the like button, follow us on Twitter, Instagram or Snapchat, and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time.